My mom is always right. And for those of you who still have doubt, you have to meet my mom. When I was 8 years old, she told me, Mark, if you tell a man 100 times that he's a coward, he will become one. Mom, why are you telling me these stories? I did not believe her. It took me another 30 years to realize that words have power. In fact, I believe our words create our reality. My very first discovery with words started when I was a little boy. Not many people know this, but I spent my childhood in Siberia. Some of you are probably thinking, what did he do to deserve to be sent to Siberia? Let me assure you, I did not go for the weather. The winters in Siberia are harsh, cold, and gloomy. And as kids, we were stuck inside waiting for the warm weather so we can go and play outside. I am the oldest of 4 children, 2 more boys and a girl after me. And when we were stuck inside, we missed our parents. Both of them worked, and they were never home. But then when they were home, our mom and our dad told us stories. Stories of love, courage, and bravery. So finally, when the summer came, it was time for us to go outside. I was the big brother and was entrusted with the care of my siblings. One day, I had a brilliant idea. Kids, today we're gonna go see our parents at work as a surprise. Makes sense, right? My brother Timur and sister Elena jumped with joy, said, yes, let's go outside finally. But my brother Artur was frozen in silence. Let me introduce you to my brother. People always told us that we looked the same, almost like identical twins. Almost. My brother Artur was afflicted with autism. He lived in a world of fear and almost no words. I knew deep inside my heart that he was afraid to step outside and join us on a quest to see our parents. Somehow, we had to get through to him and break him out. Then I remembered all those stories that my mom told me. So I sat next to Artur, and I told him story after story after story. I told him stories of adventure and bravery and heroes. And I told him, we're not just going to go visit our parents. We're going to take a magic carpet ride, which was a bus. And the bus driver will be the wizard and the nobleman who will take us on our treasure. After a while, inside his big brown eyes, I saw courage. Courage that was born out of stories of bravery. My brother Artur had taught me the value of words. Words are the tools. Tools that we have to change our lives. They are the instruments that we can make our lives better. I study language. I study meaning and mechanics of words. Recently, in my research, I have found an interesting discovery. I study words fear and courage specifically. Did you know the word fear in the English language has about 1,200 synonyms? Fear, dread, anxiety. Are you scared yet? My personal favorite is FOMO, fear of missing out. The word courage only has 661 synonyms. Bravery, fortitude, solitude, and strength. The ratio of words of fear to courage is almost 2 to 1. The language of fear is twice as big as the language of courage. What are we so afraid of that we have to have twice as many words to describe a fear? Maybe the better question is, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of losing a job, a spouse, your health? Or maybe you're just afraid of losing your marbles? If we let it, fear will paralyze us to the core. A lot of times I'm reminded, maybe you're same like me, you have this inner voice. Say, hey, pay attention to me. There's things that we can do better. We can reach higher and we can break through. Do you listen to that inner voice? Or do you say, no, I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. And every time we say no, we take a step backward. And backwards, and then backwards. And then one day, we hit the wall. And I believe when we take too many steps backwards, we take a look at our life, and what do we see? We see a patchwork of moments of silence that is sewn together with fear. So will you take a chance, find courage, and step forward? I learned the value of courage from a personal experience. A few years ago, after achieving my version of American success, my beautiful home, a beautiful wife, my own business, I lost it all. Gone. I was homeless, sitting on the couch of my friend's home. And that's when fear became real. It was dark. And at that time, I made a decision. Anything will be better than this. And I took a step forward. Luckily, I was able to connect with the program and volunteer. Ironically, I traveled to Washington State, and I was building homes for families who were homeless, just like me. For the duration of my assignment, I had to spend time with a volunteer family. They took me in. Now, this family has mom, dad, 5 kids, a dog, and me in a 2-bedroom apartment. I felt the rhythm of their lives. They showed me what courage and family life is all about. One day, I remember, they took me to the top of the Cascade Mountains. I remember sitting on the top of the mountain around the fire. Pacific Ocean was just to my left, and the Canadian Rockies were just ahead. As we sat there, I looked at the mom of the host family, and I asked her, why did you take a chance on a stranger like me? You never seen me before? You'll never see me again? Why? She looked at me and she said, yes, we did take a chance on you. But sometimes you have to lose everything to find out who you really are. And then you get to decide the person you want to become. What that family gave me was a gift. The gift of clarity. Sometime later, I understood. The truth is, I've been afraid all my life. I just hide it really well. But if you hide it, you take a step back, and step back, and step back, and you can keep running. But if you keep running, there's a price to pay. So I'd like to invite you to a possibility, to think about fear and courage with the use of words. I want you to decide to find courage. When you're afraid, look fear straight in the eye and say, not today, my friend. Not today. And say yes to courage. When you decide, your life will change. Once you decide, think about replace. Remember what my mom said? She said, if you say 100 times to a man he's a coward, he'll become one. Tell 100 times to yourself and to everyone else that you are a hero and they are heroes too. And you find courage. Take fear and replace it with audacity. Trepidation with solitude. And tremors with strength. See, I believe fear will travel with us no matter where we go. And I like the analogy of a car. Replace fear from the front passenger seat to the back. Now, let me tell you, nobody likes a backseat driver. You say, fear, you can come with us, but you're not going to tell us where to go. You're not going to tell us to control the climate. And for goodness sakes, you're not going to tell us what to play in the radio. Got it? Well, then you can come with us. First you decide, then you replace, and then you become. The choice is always yours. See, I believe fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. And once you find courage, you make all the other virtues possible. I invite you to become courage warrior with words. The language of fear may be twice as big as the language of fear, but you must be the courage warrior and decide every day. Look fear straight in the eye and say, not today. The choice is yours. Choose courage. Thank you.